Greetings and season's greetings, Flesh Wound Horror Freaks. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So, we're here tonight to talk Christmas Bloody Christmas, a highly anticipated film. Before we do that, though, just since we're on the eve of it, XPW Merry Christmas tomorrow in Pomona, California, at the Derby Room.
Damn, good job, Dan.
Yes, there we go. So if you're out that way, you're gonna have most of the Flesh Wound team minus me, although I'll be there.
The good parts.
Yeah. You don't get Lucha Dan. So, but
the good parts.
Yeah. So if you see us out there, come say what's up. I'll have a Flesh Wound horror shirt on, so you could point us out of the crowd.
And the Christmas Cruelty guys will be there as well. So, hey, you want to see some great gory wrestling, and you can also get your Christmas Cruelty stuff signed. They will sign it. So, yeah, say hi. It's going to be great. Great people. Great show. I'll be watching on Fight TV. And if you can't see it live, Fight TV. Check it out. It's always worth it. So, yes, on that note, other programming note, just before we get into the review, there is going to be a marathon stream pretty much, shortly after
Top of the hour.
The show. Top of the hour, which will be the first Slash Miss, just played on a loop. So you can check that out. And I believe 12th is going to be the first for the new Slash Miss.
I actually believe it's the 13th. You're going to make me do math.
13th. Okay.
It would be the 12th if it's ending on Christmas Eve. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Kruger.
There
Starts Monday the 12th.
There you go. The new tournament will start. So, hey,
This Monday.
you missed it. You can see first. And also, we will also have the XPW show as well. All that good stuff. So, yes, a little bit of promotion to kick things off. I think I pretty much hit every point, I believe, hopefully. Yeah. So, all right, with that being said, let's get right into Christmas, Bloody Christmas, from writer-director Joe Begos. And in this one, it's Christmas Eve and Tori just wants to get drunk and party. But when a robotic Santa Claus at a nearby toy store goes haywire and begins a rampant killing spree through her small town, she's forced into a battle for survival. All right. So, Kruger, you just saw it in theaters last night.
Yep.
What did you think of Christmas Bloody Christmas?
Well, going in, high expectations just because I love Joe Begos' stuff. His film VFW was like one of my favorites of 2020, and Bliss was one of my favorites of 2019. So it's been a little bit since we've gotten a new film from him, but man, this one fucking lived up to the hype. First thing I'll say, awesome soundtrack. Was a nice balance of like Christmas songs and 80s style synth score. So really love that. And per usual, when it comes to any of Joe Begos' movies, we got a lot of amazing atmospheric neon soaked cinematography throughout the whole thing. Like every shot just had some sort of neon going on. And I always love that shit. The acting is great all around. A lot of familiar faces with people that we've seen in other horror films and other Joe Begos movies too. And even an appearance by the man himself playing a drunken neighbor, which was a lot of fun to see the director get killed in his own horror movie. The characters also, I thought, were really likable and just, they felt like people I hang out with on a, like a daily basis. But Tori, the main character, was especially amazing. I really, really hope to see Riley Dandy, who played her, in more of Joe Begos' movies and just in more horror in general, because I thought she nailed her part very, very well. And just awesome, likable character. All the dialogue, I know you were popping probably for the Black Christmas line, Dan.
Me and Kruger both immediately thought of you for the Blumhouse stuff.
Yeah. Just stuff like that was great. And just all the horror references throughout the dialogue, and even in the movie. I mean, the one record store had, I don't know how many different Vinegar Syndrome things and posters up on the wall or just DVDs. So that was really cool. And the sets on this were awesome too. We got, some kills in a toy store, some kills in a Christmas decorated house, police station, like awesome stuff. And every set design also just incorporated Christmas really well into it. The story plays out like a mixture of Terminator, Chopping Mall, and Silent Night, Deadly Night, which is pretty fucking badass. And it was just about as awesome as that sounds. It does take a little bit to get to the body count, but once it puts its foot on the gas, I mean, it doesn't let up until the end of the fucking movie. And last but not least, fantastic kills. Tons of head smashes and bisections. And just, I loved watching the Santa fuck these people up. And it was all done with amazing practical gore. Big ups to the effects people that worked on this because everything just looked great. And yeah, man, I can't say enough good about this movie. It's definitely a new Christmas classic. If you get the opportunity to see it in theaters, it's well worth the ticket price and just seeing it on a big screen. And yeah, Joe Begos just proves once again why he's one of the best working horror directors right now.
I agree. I see a lot of love for Riley in the chat, minus the Freddy's Dead love. But I do want to throw out, this is her 4th Christmas movie. She's in like 3 other Hallmark ones.
Yeah.
So
and the contrast of her, playing probably some sweet girl falling in love in Christmas to,
right.
This punk rock, chick that's every third word out of her mouth is fuck. I mean, that's pretty awesome.
Or jizz.
Yeah.
Yes. Might be the final, or, it might be, as far as like a horror lead, the record for saying jizz, I think.
See, that's a drinking game.
Oh, fuck that.
You take a swig of beer for fuck, and then a shot for jizz. There you go.
We're gonna be done in like 20 minutes. Well, shocker, I love this one too. Like, yeah, it is a mix of all 3. It's a fucking good time. As soon as I got home, like, I wanted to immediately watch it again. But then, like, it didn't come on till midnight, so I was like, ended up watching Silent Night, Deadly Nights. So
not bad.
That helped me out. Right. Well, everything I watched yesterday was Christmas slasher, Mean One, Christmas Bloody Christmas, Black Christmas, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I was just on a roll. And honestly, this will go into that rotation.
Yeah.
Honestly. So
as far as Christmas slashers, it's one of the best that we've gotten in recent years for sure.
And I love VFW, was not a fan of Bliss. So I was kind of going in, this can go either way. But I mean, premise alone, I pretty much, knew I was going to be all in for it. But I don't know. I don't know which I like better now at this point, this or VFW. This will make my top 10 this year.
I think I think for me, like, I still prefer VFW and Bliss, but I mean, this is on par with both of them. I mean, fuck, dude, just he nailed it. Like, when it comes to just being a horror fan around this season, we want movies like this, and he brought the goods.
Yeah.
Slasher Home Video said he is making the best low budget trash right now, hands down. I would argue the only good low budget trash. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't even, but I can't even put.
I knew trash was going to bother you.
Yeah, I can't put trash in the same sentence because it's so much better than a lot of things that we deem trash.
All right, so Joe Begos, been on my radar since Almost Human, Mind's Eye, which is great Scanners homage, and for the most part, I've enjoyed all of his movies. With this one, similar to a degree to some of his other movies, some people may be turned off by the kind of like Rob Zombie-esque raunchy characters. Not me, just throwing it out there. I could see that being an issue for some people. This one, after the setup, kind of the beginning, which is sort of our Clerks, Empire Records, sort of pop culture banter section, this pretty much hits the ground running and doesn't let up. It's nonstop action. This is a slasher film, but it's also very much an action film, and action's rarely done right nowadays. So Joe Begos, I think, has a really good eye for action, because this is just as much an action movie as it is a slasher.
VFW, he definitely showed that too.
Ben said Santa at the end reminds him of Hardware. And real quick, our Daily Ghosts, I didn't find them raunchy. I found them to be everyday normal people. I actually agree with that.
I don't know about normal, but they're people I like. So
to be fair, Dan, you're not the go-to person for what's normal.
Yep. No, it's normal if I'm normal. But I do have some issues with it. One thing, it has the trademark kind of color saturation that he's known for. And sometimes it's a little bit frustrating because it actually obscures some of the kills a little bit, which there are some great kills,
I think I know the scene you're talking about.
Yeah, pretty much all practical, but there were times where I think it kind of worked to its detriment. I like that. I mean, it has a unique look, a great Christmas look, but there were more than a few times where I was like, man, I would have liked to have gotten a clearer image of that kill. And
welcome to my world, Dan. This is what I bitch every time I see a movie with no color. It's like the parallel opposite.
Yeah. So that's an issue. Now, another thing, I thought the Santa, he's a robot. Now, obviously, we get to at some point see a more battle damaged version, but for the most part, it just looked like a guy in a suit. Now, that's probably budgetary. It's not like they had like a Stan Winston to do like a Terminator-esque sort of thing. But for the most part, I felt like I was watching just a guy in a suit.
To be fair, Terminator's just a guy, too.
Yeah.
Well,
kind of the gimmick.
But I'm saying, once you kind of get like the...
Yeah, but I think the gimmick is it's that way because it's supposed to be Santa Terminator.
No, I understand that. It's a minor... It's not even really a criticism.
Well, no, I just don't get, because we get the payoff. I mean, the same Terminator payoff.
He didn't come off as robotic enough.
Yeah, but it looked like an animatronic. Like if you've seen like the way they make them, I mean, it looked exactly. It had the same skeletal structure that they have to the face.
See, I don't think so. Actually, I think it pretty much mostly just looked like a guy in a suit. Not a big deal. I was entertained as hell. My issues are I've got a few small.
No, I'm just curious though, because like on the big screen, it didn't even pop in my head. Like,
I saw it. I did not get to see it on the big screen, unfortunately.
It should be less obviously on a small screen though. That's why I was questioning it. Yeah,
it's there for me, but that's not a big deal. Very minor complaint, minor but not so minor. This is something that you should have shot around. If your lead actress, or maybe it was just the director's decision, won't do nudity, don't shoot a fully clothed sex scene. It's stupid. Like, just get creative with the angles if you don't want to show nudity. But that I thought was really dumb, especially being that it is such a raunchy. I mean, we get a kill.
I don't think this is raunchy. I think the language is a little blue.
Yeah,
but this, not raunchy.
But still, clothed sex scene. It's stupid.
It didn't bother me. Yeah, it didn't bother me.
I mean, we already got some of the goods earlier on in the toy shop. So
I'm not asking for new. It didn't need it. In fact, after that, there's no opportunity for it anyways. But don't have like a fully clothed sex scene. I can't think of it right now.
To be fair, it wasn't. Dude, she needs a sex scene.
Yeah, and she needs to fucking still be able to do her Hallmark movies, Dan. All right, come on.
Well, that's fine. There's no rim jobs in Hallmark movies. This movie did have a rim job, so yeah, like I said, a few little things, but overall, I mean, this movie's a fucking blast. It will be in my Christmas rotation. I thought great lead actress. Jeff Daniel Phillips is the sheriff. I know I kind of crapped on him a little bit for Monsters, but great actor, always great seeing him. Jeremy Gardner, indie horror royalty at this point. This movie's just a love letter once again to everything we love. I mean, Clerks, Empire Records, High Fidelity, Chopping Mall. Just like there's so much going on here. As far as the horror discussions go, though, I'm just going to throw it out there right now. No, Pet Sematary 2 is not better than Pet Sematary.
You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. Chris comes on. He's going to argue to the death on that one.
Well, whatever. Chris is whack. Also, I should say Chris McGibbon. There's a lot of Chris's around now. But also, Blair Witch 2, okay, I can kind of go with that one. I don't know if I agree, but I can kind of.
Oh my
go with
God, Blair Witch 2, Blair Witch 1 could suck a dick.
Freddy's Dead. That's fucking stupid.
That's
Movie's
the one
trash.
everyone's getting.
Hellraiser 3. That is fucking stupid.
Now, hey,
Hey, don't talk ill will of the dead, motherfucker.
yes, motherfucker. You know we'll defend that movie to our death.
Hey, nothing against Hellraiser 3. There's no way that's better than the first two movies. That's ridiculous. That made me kind of.
It depends on what you like, though.
Yeah, Dan. I think it's my favorite of the three. Again, best and favorite are not the same thing, though.
Yeah. Well, I think she said best, actually.
Yeah, but you say it fucking. You don't necessarily mean it's like the masterpiece.
And did
It's
she
just
say
the one you
best
love the
sequel?
most.
I'd have to go back, but I
know.
believe.
Well,
she
when I
said
watch
best.
it again, I'll tell you. I'll confirm.
There'll be a lot of arguments on that little rant.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I love that they put it in there though.
Slashers. Go ahead.
Slasher Home Video. Chris says Hellraiser 3. I agree. It's my favorite.
All right.
So there you go, Dan. And the Daily Ghost says one complaint: I wasn't down with the pandering with the Vincent movie posters. Shout out to movies, etc. It was too much. See, I'm a sucker for shit like that. So, but it was excessive, but excessive in the right way, just because I enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah, the Triple X posters Dan was bringing up. Yeah, and also in her house she had a bunch too.
Yeah.
It was that's why I asked Dan, did they have anything like to do with it or anything? What I asked what the connection was because there was a lot of Vinegar Syndrome.
At first, I thought maybe they were shooting something at the archive or something, but
and see, I know it's not the Connecticut one, but I've never seen the Colorado one, which the newer one.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt this was shot there, but could be some kind of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look exactly like the archive, but certainly.
Again, Dan, there's two archives.
Yeah, no, I know, but I've seen photos of the other one too, so at least I think I have. But Ben also makes a good point, like you said, just not robotic enough.
I know there was the eye. Someone was that Ben who mentioned the eyes?
Yeah, Ben mentions the eye movements. I will watch this again. I don't want this to come off as me shitting on it. There was just a handful of like little things. I do like, nobody's safe in this movie, which is always awesome. Just, this is kids, animals, whatever. You're not safe. So that's always, I think, a good thing because let's be honest, malfunctioning robot Santa, it's just gonna fucking carve its way through everything.
And I know the director already mentioned some back-to-back sequels he wants to get going.
Oh fuck yes, dude. Dude, the army of these motherfuckers. Dude, what if we just get an army of Santas taking over the fucking world by the end of it? I'm in. That's a Christmas fucking classic in the making right there. Army of Terminator Santas just destroying the fucking town.
Wait.
Slasher Home Video said Arnie broke character in Terminator. He jogs up to that dude at the payphone like a dork.
Kill wise too, like there's almost too much to even mention, but lots of good stuff. I just, like I said, it just kind of took away from it a little bit, a few times at least.
I think just mainly in the toy store scene, like I know exactly what you're talking about. It clicked in my head. I was like, fuck, you can't really see what's happening to her face in that shot. But you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice that just for the sure fact that I love neon soaked fucking things, and neon soaked gore is still pretty awesome. I mean, but I love Mandy, so
I appreciate the look as well. And it's cool seeing him constantly kind of grow to a degree.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his filmography from like start to now, like it just seems like he's improving, or at least just making stuff that's even more entertaining than his last movie. And that's why he's one of my favorites, man. Like he can do no wrong in my eyes.
I wonder if making fun of Blumhouse is kind of a mistake for him though, because you rise up, that's work.
You know what? I can almost guarantee you that's not going to bother Blumhouse. He's not gonna. It's like a tiny little. Even he knows Black Christmas is one is shit.
Yeah.
He should have kept his mouth shut and not made that little comment, and he wouldn't have had to do that shit.
Refresh, because people forget about that, I think, Todd, so they know what you're talking about.
I'm not. That's the point, Dan.
Female horror directors, Google it. I'm just saying, I don't think people remember what.
I know.
There goes our screeners from Blum.
Those are long gone.
No matter what I work. Well, no, we don't have to have you on the show, Dan. We'll give you your papers.
I'm not complaining about that one.
Indie Phantom said he's the last horror fan on earth that hasn't seen Mandy yet. Well, bro, you need to get on that. Like, it's one of my favorites. It's not for everybody. It's a very slow start, but like once it starts going, it's a fucking hell of a time. And Nicolas Cage gives like his most unhinged performance, I think, in his whole career. It's fucking awesome. But back to Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Daily Ghost said, I actually had a few Mandy vibes in this flick. Yeah, I get that a lot with Joe Begos' movies, like Bliss and, even VFW. Like, it always has that, that red neon. And I love shit like that.
Oh. He said it started as a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, but they didn't like as a Robot Santa script. Do they not remember they already had one in the franchise?
Yeah, right.
just put it out there.
At
least they didn't put big bugs in it again. So
yeah, I mean, if this would have been a Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, though, I don't think it would have been as well received. And I'm glad that it isn't, just for the sure fact that we could stem off another horror franchise with this right now.
It could go either way, because look at how well the Child's Play reboot was received when no one expected that to be well received.
I don't know. There's some I hear mixed things still, but
everyone was expected to hate that, I think. And then when people didn't, it was a surprise.
Yeah, well received, yet nobody I don't feel like it's talked about that much, and it's not been out.
Well, I mean, it kind of got fucking lunar eclipsed by, the new Chucky stuff that's, is coming out.
I think right now, maybe I'd take some more in that universe.
I'll take more, and it has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah. But
I did want to mention, I did see the Mean One. We will eventually have a review for it. I'm just going to put this out there, Kruger. I know how you get with your expectations. Put them low. Low.
Well, they're already getting lowered because of the reception I've seen it have. But
there's one thing I think you're going to have a huge problem with, and it is like, well, yeah, we're going to review it, so I'm not going to say any more yet.
I'll make sure.
But I'm sure it's been noted in every fucking.
I'll make sure to be ready for some off-screen shit. But back to Christmas, Bloody Christmas, which I don't think had any off-screen stuff. Fucking, what do we rate this one, guys?
I'm a 5. I'm not even fucking around.
I was tossed up between a 4 and a 4.5, but I got to give it a 4.5. Maybe it may not stay that forever, but first time viewing, 4.5 out of 5 for me.
I'm a 4. Some minor issues, but I mean, it's as fun as it looks, pretty much. So you're gonna have a good time. If you haven't seen Violent Night, hell, make it a double feature.
Yeah, dude, you should go to the theater and see both of those films. That'd be a great night of Christmas horror. Well, I can't say Christmas horror, but Christmas gore at least.
There you go. Some Twisted Santas. There you go. Yeah. But I saw it. I didn't get a chance to pull it up, but it may have been Ben or Indy. I think it was Ben mentioned that they basically set up 2 Santas in the movie because they say there's one in the mall and one in that place.
Yeah, I want to see the sequel that is basically Chopping Mall with the Santa just killing a whole fucking mall of people. That would be amazing.
And you know what? That's a good way to set it up, and they can even run it parallel.
Oh, all right. Just fantasy book. Let me fantasy book for a second.
Clerks 4.
The kid. No, there's like a kid that fucking just comes and sits on the Santa's lap, but like it has like a caution thing over it, like don't go over it. Kid goes through, sits on its lap, tells him what he wants, eyes glow fucking red. He kicks the kid, just rips it fucking in half. Fuck yes. Give me that shit.
I'm all about that.
There you go.
Well, yes, we want more.
Just take out more kids, but as we said on the last show, we don't support eating people.
Exactly.
and that Blumhouse disc, kind of funny, but I guess it won't age well. You mean when Blumhouse is like the Marvel of horror, and
Yeah.
the Dad's hanging
Marvel.
somewhere from a noose?
Marvel isn't even the Marvel of superhero movies.
Dan, it is, because you know what? What makes $1 billion, and what's
Yeah.
going on fucking HBO Max next month?
I don't know. I don't feel the same.
No.
Also, remember what Black Adam's DC, right? I don't pay.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's the one dropping
that
on.
didn't
fucking...
even make money.
Okay, again, but that's not Marvel.
It's not Marvel.
No, I know. I'm saying enthusiasm's dropping. Budget.
It is, but there's no one making more money than Marvel movies. I mean, maybe Top Gun, and that's an anomaly.
Profit, though, you have to consider profit. Some things don't make as much as you think.
If you're using profit margin, then Halloween's probably still the most independent movie of all time.
True. Very true.
But that's
Yeah, the Gone with the Wind debate too, inflation, all that good stuff.
Well, no, they normally inflate budgets though, or inflate for the time to see what the true value is.
But weigh in the chat. Pet Cemetery 2.
I gotta watch Pet Cemetery 2 now because I've never seen the sequel. I've only seen because I love the original Pet Cemetery, and I saw the remake, which I actually didn't really mind that much.
I'm not saying don't watch Pet Cemetery 2. I don't get that.
Yeah, I need to. Because of this movie, it will make me watch it now.
Yeah, Chris fucking Pet Cemetery 2 loves that one.
Blair Witch, though, I don't care for either one of those motherfuckers.
Oh, I love Blair Witch.
I think the remake's the best fucking one out of all of them. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't. That one's complicated.
I popped hard for I popped hard for the Blair Witch 2 one because I hate the first. I hate how much people love the first one. Sorry, people who love the first one.
Yeah,
that movie just annoys me.
It's a good stretch of dialogue though, because there's like a whole. I was like, Freddy's dead. Fuck you. I hope you.
Yeah, I knew that.
I hope you get Drew Barrymore.
Better than 5.
That shit.
I will argue that to my death.
Maybe
5
you
is
can.
The worst one. Period.
You could maybe make a case that versus 5, nothing else. That movie's
no. I'm not trying to defend it for anything else, but it's not the worst for sure.
That's my biggest compliment. I'll give it. It's not.
I take the fucking remake over 5, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, I would too.
There you
5
go.
is. I fucking don't like Alice, so I tolerate 4. Alice, I just want to punch her in the face.
I like 4 quite a bit.
She's no Nancy.
No, she definitely fucking sure as hell isn't. But now we're just getting into Elm Street fucking rants.
All right, well,
it's relevant. I don't get anybody who doesn't like the first one the best.
Somewhere there's I can't. Your name escapes me, but the one guy that's been bugging us to do the end of franchise Freddy's Dead thing or the end of Freddy's Nightmares thing. Yeah, we still need to get on that. Fuck. Sorry, man.
January.
If you're listening, there's been a lot going on in the last few fucking months. So we kind of got distracted, but we will come back to that eventually. Because
some exciting things on the horizon too into the new year.
Yep. Just make sure you guys tune in on Monday to hear about all the Christmas carnage that we're going to be witnessing this weekend.
Yes, I think it's going to be extra insane. XPW is always insane, but Flesh there and
Ciclope versus Schlack is going to be fucking nuts. Like, both of those guys are crazy as fuck, and Schlack is having like some of the best death matches of the year right now.
Oh, Drake Younger, that match was fantastic.
Yeah,
best one I've seen of the year for sure.
Yeah. Also, Schlack is going to have. I confirmed this with him. He's going to have the Crippler album there. So make sure you pick that shit up because it is fucking heavy as fuck and awesome.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Make sure you say hi to everybody there. I mean, XPW in California, you can't beat that crowd. So, Todd, I'll be listening. I expect some creative chants there for sure.
This whole Mega Maga angles opened up some chants we wouldn't have done. Maybe like a 301 chant at a certain person. We got some good ones planned. Like I was just like writing them, like sending them to Pugs.
I want to really get like Pitt and Raymond's reaction because I don't think they're wrestling fans, right? So that's a really interesting, like
It's-
first experience.
It's the perfect fucking way to show Norwegians how stupid us Americans are.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, what's more American? Let's take him to fucking XPW.
Deathmatch wrestling, yeah.
So yes, come on out for that. Patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1, and we appreciate it very, very much. Exclusive, uncensored, early, all that good content.
Indy's asking any watch-alongs on the horizon. Yeah, there should be one soon. Keep an eye.
Yeah, and
If not, go check out the Jack Frost one if you haven't yet, Indy.
double feature. I think we'll also have some true crime coming up as well. So we haven't done Flesh Wound True Crime in a while, so check that out. On that note, guys, support Shudder. I know there was that news today about AMC dropping them.
Do not fucking quote. We got this covered, Dan.
yeah, it's not
fucking garbage. Oh my god.
What?
Yeah, that's not true.
Never use that website to cite an article because it is 100% bullshit.
I've seen it elsewhere.
Because people have picked it up.
Yeah,
okay.
I just read a bunch of places. Like, it's not true. Like, there's a cut. There's
Okay.
definitely cuts, and what's his name? Whatever the guy who does the Twitter stuff, Craig or whatever, something. He's leaving, but as far as I know right now, AMC is not dropping them.
Okay, because I saw it on some business sites, which was unusual for it to be fake. But either way, support Shudder. It's $5.99.
And if not, even if they were, it would get folded into AMC Plus.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
It's not gonna. Yeah.
But support it. $5.99 a month, guys. Think about some of the best horror that comes on Shudder, and all kinds of horror. You've got Christmas, Bloody Christmas, and all kinds. I mean, I think on my top 10, I'm sure is going to have more than a handful.
Mad God.
Yeah.
Which I think I heard Mad God is may be getting or is being voted to try to get it Academy Awards. So
it should get some technical stuff. I mean,
definitely for animation.
Yeah.
But
all right. Well,
on that note, guys, keep having a Merry Christmas. We'll see you back here shortly. And yes, good night. Feliz Navidad.
Good night.
Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.